We're back. Are y'all ready for the battle of the sexes?
Oh, we're ready.
If y'all, I know y'all see we've been battling already. We've been getting y'all ready for how the ladies are getting ready to handle the men in here, the gentlemen. Okay. We're getting ready to come through.
It's good to have ambition.
Oh, we got it. We got it. You got to remember. you got to remember everything. What?
Because it wasn't funny.
And before I get going, Abigail is telling me I got to do she got to do the acronym, and then I'm gonna come on back and get us wind up.
But you're the host.
Because I am the host.
That's right.
This your show.
It's my show.
And it's always
the Love and Victory show with Val.
Come on, now.
You don't get applause.
There you go. I do get a see. This is where you get that applause. Come on in here, Aaron.
I appreciate the
Abigail.
love y'all show Brother Carter out there. But this is the Love and Victory show with Val. So please make sure so she won't get jealous and give her some shout outs.
Oh my God. He is so petty, y'all. But he's serious. No. Go ahead. Go ahead, Aaron. Abigail.
All right. So for Battle of the Sexes, again, our acronym of the day is to kind of set the tone for the show, give us a nice base to go off of. Right. So the word of the day is contrast. Because men and women, we do contrast at times. We may butt heads. We may not agree with each other. So C is for chivalrous. Chivalrous. Considerate of others' needs. O is omnicompetent.
Oh, that sounds like almost like one of the Bible words.
Right? Omnipresent.
Omnicompetent, able to deal with all manners and situations. N is for neutral, impartial, neither good nor bad. T is for tension. I'm sensing tension in this room. Mental or emotional strain. R is for reliable.
That's for the women.
There we go. There's attention.
Such a sexy statement. But anyway.
R is for reliable, good quality, able to be trusted.
Yeah, that's men.
All right. A is for amiable, agreeable in disposition. S is for sanctimonious. Say that, Brother Carter.
Sanctimonious.
I knew you would say it like that. Sanctimonious, acting better than everyone. Men.
Pretentious. Grandiose.
And then lastly, to bring everyone together, T is for tranquil.
We don't need the definition for these.
Peaceful, relaxing setting.
That's right. That's what we have here.
And do we set that stage for tranquility?
Absolutely.
Is it like that?
Always.
It didn't start like that today.
Well, the stage was.
Well, you started with love.
You brought the energy.
No. I'm saying before the show started, y'all wasn't tranquil at all.
But you brought the.
I'm a little rah-rah this morning.
What kind of energy did you bring in?
I brought in team and a good brotherhood sense. And we were
That's what I felt. I don't know.
With unscrupulous energy.
Okay, but we're going to do this intro and we're going to get going. And let me go ahead. Brother Carter, nobody does it better than Brother Carter.
So when we started the show off this morning, we started off with Donald Trump would say 1 Corinthians, but it's 1 Corinthians.
You said Donald Trump? Did you say Donald Trump?
Wait, can we that's the second bad
bad example, huh?
Example that we had today. Can we get somebody positive?
So y'all down 10 points.
We're trying to put our childish ways away right now. So we're trying to. We're going to work on it during the show. However, we want to introduce the people that came to the show today. And I'm going to start, because I'm a gentleman, I always start with the ladies first. Okay. And so we're going to start to my far right.
Okay.
All right. That Miss Queen over there. Where's Miss Queen? That's her camera over
right there. Good morning, everybody. I'm looking forward to the Battle of the Sexes. Y'all know how we do it in the palace. Let's go.
Tell the people who you are, though. The ones that don't know.
So yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Queen
I ain't
Sheba
say
Dark.
all that, Queen Sheba. I'm Queen Sheba. I'm the host of some.
Oh, yeah, well, so I'm Queen Sheba. I'm the host. I'm like, okay.
I might have
What's
to
in the cup? What's in the cup?
I got you, baby. That's the men trying to get us off our game. Stay in your game. Stay in your lane.
Okay, y'all pull up, tap in, Palace. Y'all already see what I'm up to. Yeah.
That's okay. The ladies got you.
Yeah, thank you, Val. 'Cause you know what, Mr. Carter?
Come on now. Don't tell the people who you are, girl.
All right, y'all know where to find me. Behind the wall, in front of the wall, Queen Sheba Darling, YouTube. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. I am ready for the dialogue. I look forward, fellas, to just
to the battle.
to the battle.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Battle.
All
Yeah.
right.
The Battle of Armageddon.
Oh, yeah, baby, it's what it's
And
the
so I'm gonna
takedown.
turn to my far left at this time, and I want the brother over here to the far left to introduce himself.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Adonis Mitchell, but you can call me AD. I coach individuals and corporations on how they can bridge the gap in their lives. It's not your fault that there is a gap, but it is your responsibility, better yet, your duty to bridge it. You can find me on all platforms at AD Speaks.
Okay, AD, we gonna tell him how to find you later on. Okay, because I can't cut her up and not cut you up. So
Because it looked like you
but
trying to.
you did your whole commercial deal right there. So
One
that's
take.
good.
One
Yeah.
take.
So I'm gonna go to my right, my short right, and ask the
Short
lovely, beautiful,
We only-
vivacious one to introduce herself.
Well, we only have 10 seconds. So I am Stephanie. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I'm a 2-time faith-based author, and I am the host of the Mental Wealth with Steph show on the LV with Val Radio every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right. Now, take your
Don't
time.
block it. Bring it in.
Break it
Oh,
up.
and the owner of Arabella Counseling
Come on now.
PLC.
Yeah,
There we go.
I'm on private
And
practice.
the men may have to sign up for some counseling sessions after we put this whooping.
I don't
on.
see them.
Okay.
And I don't see them in my
You don't
with
see
yours
them?
truly.
Okay, then go ahead,
All
brother.
right, Steph. Thank you for introducing yourself. And it's time to hush now. All right. So to my short left, we have. I don't want to say that short literally because he is a short fella, but
We supposed to be on the same
Yeah.
side.
Exactly.
You know.
I just wanted to say that because I didn't want you to feel like I said short.
You know, it's
no
okay.
pun intended.
No problem.
So,
No problem.
To my left,
Ooh, we done
immediate.
started
I'm gonna
off
say
good.
immediate.
Immediately.
My
Okay.
immediate left. All
There we
right.
go. How y'all doing?
We done had 2 turnovers already. This is not going well.
Falling, traveling.
I see what you did with letting him introduce.
You see what I did? Okay, keep going.
Well, everybody, my name is Trae Hodge, aka Too Tall. Just don't think about it. I am the co-owner, co-founder of That Kind of Media.
What is happening?
I'm the co-founder of, or one half of That Kind of Media, where we help businesses and corporations grow brand awareness and generate leads through video. So you can find me on all platforms and
All right.
so on and
We're
so forth.
gonna let the people know
Yeah.
how to find you at the end of the show. Thank you, Trae. As you see,
tall,
we
too
have
tall.
Too tall.
Too tall.
Too
too
tall.
tall. All
Just
right,
don't
too
think
tall.
about
Don't think about it. All right.
I like that.
Man, we have a great show we're going to have today. I am Brother Carter, your co-host of the Love and Victory Show with Val. And of course, you know the host.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
All righty, we're getting ready to get this thing crack-a-lacking. Ain't that what you say? Crack-a-lacking?
Let's see. Let's get to
That's-
see where you're going. Let me see how you're
All right.
hosting.
I'm just going to throw this thing out here. It's truly getting ready to be a battle. Don't come in here with those old weak
Wait
a minute.
softballs.
So when you say battle, what does that
Battle
what
means
this mean here? What we looking at here?
Like
Well-
the Battle of Montgomery.
like the baby, you take the battle how you want to take it, but this is truly going to be.
I mean, this gonna be like a fight, or I mean,
well,
what
we're
is
not
going
going.
on?
Baby, this
Be a
is
meeting of the
this-
minds,
This is
if
getting
you
ready
will.
to be a highly intelligent,
So we-
highly intense battle. The
okay.
ladies are getting ready
Okay.
to see if the guys can dance in our court.
So the ladies gonna ask men question and the men ask ladies questions?
we
or-
might want to do that. We'll throw it out there. Maybe this is the time that we're going to ask a question that we've never asked.
Well,
before.
let you start
I'm going
the
to
show
start it
'cause
off.
you the host.
Okay. So I'm going to set the stage.
All right.
Oh, boy.
In what way would you say men and women are different?
Mm.
I'll start with my husband, my
Mm.
co-host. In what way would you say men and women are different?
Beyond the obvious.
No.
both-
Yes, beyond the obvious.
Beyond
they were both
anatomy.
male
Beyond-
and
X-
female.
okay.
Okay,
Wow.
beyond that, Brother Carter. In what way would you say we're different?
I think we are different in many ways, and I'm gonna
Just
turn
give me one. You
emotionally.
we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna turn to a lady, and any one of you all.
I think we're different emotionally.
Okay,
That's good.
that's
That's
your
good.
that's your
That's
answer.
good.
Okay,
That's good.
we're taking score. Come on.
Well, one thing I'll say is that women speak more words per day than men.
Yes.
We just wear y'all out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But one thing I can say, I refuse to argue with a woman because I never win it. I'm smart enough to know I don't have enough words to win this war. I cannot speak loud enough to win the war
Speak well.
against the woman.
You can't come back. You can't come back and try to dig up from
I'm
our
just
stuff.
saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, let's see. What is the comment that's up there? I can't see it. Let me see. Can somebody read
As a
that?
husband
Of a beautiful wife, wives are always right. So don't argue. Cut the crap.
That's right.
Okay, then.
I don't believe with that.
Oh,
Amen.
okay. Well, I'm gonna turn it over. Do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I used to say this a lot when I was like in college, and I was the relationship guy in a sense.
When he was a child, he spoke as a child.
But when he became,
It's Shabbat. Women are complex and men are basic. Add that to any
So true.
adjective you want to. Women are complex in nature when it comes to emotions, when it comes to thinking. Women have a tendency to think 5, 6, 7, 28 steps ahead, where the average man is thinking about, okay, well, what's the next step? What's the next step?
And we're down the road.
Y'all are on another street, like blocks down, and we haven't left the house yet.
Yeah. And
is
then
that
you
why we
have-
live longer than you all too?
Yes.
We live longer when single.
Oh,
When single,
Mm.
They
because
live
once
longer
you
when married.
okay. So since you said that, can you kind of dial in on that a little
Yeah,
bit?
research shows that men often benefit more from marriage than women. And as a result, their lifespan increases and the women's lifespan decreases.
Oh,
and their satisfaction in life is decreasing.
Okay. Well, I guess I was thinking about a divorce, but
you want to live. You want to live, my brother. Okay, with that being
yeah.
said,
So in other words, just increase the insurance policy, the life insurance policy, and just okay.
so I am going to turn this over with the second question coming from a female over to the male. So which one wants to take that? Would that be? Because we're throwing it to them. It's a battle, baby, and don't give them a softball.
When did you all learn that in order to, I guess, cohabitate and live in a world with women, you had to make adjustments to yourself?
Good question.
Come on, AD. We're not gonna let you do all the answering. We're gonna let Trae jump in here. We want Trae to jump in here.
I'm just thinking because I'm a very animated person, facial expressions. And I think after maybe a couple years of marriage, I've seen myself always doing this, like just confused. And then I just realized, okay, there's some things that I probably have to change because the way I'm thinking is not the same way that you're thinking as, talking as my wife. And so I had to be able to sit back and understand her in the way that she thinks. And I had to make those changes to understand her. So it was more so me giving of like, okay, let me not just think my way, let me think her way as well. So those confused looks start to happen a little bit too much. And, just had to recognize that. Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
So do you agree?
Well, we're gonna score them. What do you want to say?
How are we keeping score? What is this
Don't worry about
that we
that.
doing?
I'm the host.
Negative.
I'm the host. You give them a negative.
I say it's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay.
What's
the highest?
Okay. Excuse me, Abigail. Can you guys keep score because and we want the audience to keep score, and I want y'all to be truthful.
Yeah.
Who's giving the best answer out there? And at the end of the show, I want you guys to really tell us: did the men win or did the women win?
Well, wait.
I was
Yeah. Let's
it was
make sure
definitely
we get,
like a 7. That
Thank
was
you.
a great answer.
That was
she said a 7. It was
so
a 7.
it's 1 out of 10.
It was a 7.
So the
was thoughtful.
score will be, so guys, hey out there, put up a 1 out of 10 in the comment when the question is answered.
So having said that,
now you're
I'm thinking of two words that the brother spoke of. One brother spoke of AD spoke the word. God dog, it just left my mind.
It's coming back.
But anyway.
Complex and basic.
Complex, yes.
Yeah, there you go. See that?
Yeah, complex. And Trae brought up the word confused. And so we're dealing with that right now. Both of those words that were spoken by the men. So
y'all complex and confused.
Complex and confused.
Okay, so all right. So
that's why it wasn't good for y'all to be alone.
That was
good
answer. Let me make someone help. So they need some help, right?
Everything was good. He said it is good. It is good. It is good. And then he made y'all. And he said something is a little complex and confusing.
Let me give them some help.
All right, you got to get the ladies a point on that one.
we get a 10.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, wait, can y'all rate yourself?
Well, y'all rate us. Okay, can y'all be honest? Rate yourself. Or will y'all rate that answer?
But that wasn't the question, though. She just added a C note. So I'm just giving a point for the C note.
Yeah, that's 0.5.
Yeah.
That's a 0.5.
We'll take that.
1.5.
5 point. What did you say?
A 0.5.
Y'all such haters.
No, she can get a point.
Oh, and I gave you a 7.
Yeah, she can get a point.
Well, okay.
Okay, next question.
I love how we just staying out of this.
Coming from the men. Who start? AD, throw the question out there.
Oh, I didn't come prepared with questions. I thought we anyway.
Do you have a complex question to ask the ladies?
No,
I had no questions.
That's okay.
Yeah.
They can't handle it. Ladies, let's go.
I got it.
We don't
I'm
have
ready.
all
I'm
time.
ready.
We
Yeah.
cannot have dead silence
Go
on.
ahead.
We cannot
Okay.
have dead silence.
That's fine. Go ahead.
To the men, what's the difference between a wife and a mother?
My.
We taking y'all down.
I can answer that one.
Okay, you can answer. that.
Yes, I
Okay,
can.
okay,
Go,
come
AD.
on.
I had this conversation with my 2-year-old when I came home from work.
Okay.
So I chose my wife, and I will consistently choose my wife. I've said this because plenty of people have asked why I got married and why I got married to my wife. Besides the fact that she is my best friend, she's the one woman that I knew that I could commit to fully. So, boom. Now, from that marriage, we now have a child, and she will always be my wife because I chose her for that role position, and she accepted, and I became her husband. Now, as my wife, she has put my needs before hers from time to time. We have developed and grown a healthy marriage relationship to where we can support and sustain a child, where our roles now have transitioned from being solely husband and wife, best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, all that good stuff, to now taking that same love, passion, and energy into the rearing of our son. So that change and shift came once we realized that we had enough to give to somebody else.
Okay.
So throughout that process, the fact that she was my wife has not changed. I still choose her and will choose her. Look, bruh, we made you. I can make another one. I can't make another one of her, and I don't want to. I want her. So to me, that is what is the difference between the wife and the mother. She's always had and will always have the role of a wife. God forbid anything happen. The mother component is the variable in that relationship. The wife is the constant.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
How would you rate that answer?
I ain't worried about it.
Okay. No,
give her,
that's, no, you can rate. She can rate.
It's given 8.5.
Okay.
8.5.
It's given 8.5.
8.5.
I'm just keeping score.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all.
All right. Because
Yeah.
this is a scorekeeper.
I'm trying to have good conversation.
No, we trying to have a competition.
Well, we can't compete if we don't get any questions because we haven't been able to put anything on the board.
Well, just give us
Give us a question. Y'all can't
See, y'all don't understand how this works.
see. Okay, we got
Rod.
Rod
It
gave
says
that a
10.
10. Okay, Rod.
I see you.
10 out of
LB.
10 will recommend.
Okay. So since y'all can't handle,
Well, no,
give us
I'll ask a question.
Yeah.
I'll ask a
Okay,
question.
There's a question.
I'll ask a question.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges that, and you may not be dating or have dated here recently, but in your season of
They
dating?
all in our business.
Well, no, I know the queen has got the ring on the finger. Amen. I don't want to put Stephanie's business out there, but if you know, what are some of the challenges
question, man?
that you
Ask the
have?
question.
She jumped in. I got to get a rebuttal. What are some of the challenges that you have faced during your season of dating when it came to the men that were interested in you?
Me?
Whoever.
I'll jump in real quick. I think you got to pick fast and leave soon.
Oh,
That's good.
good answer.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
That's a 10. We don't even need
Good
to add
answer.
to that.
Good.
Good
That's-
answer.
Thank you.
Come on, guys, rate this answer.
That's
good.
good.
Okay.
Can you elaborate?
That's what I
Some
want to
people-
see.
Oh,
can you expound?
Yeah.
Because I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say pick fast
Mhm.
And leave soon.
and leave soon.
That's a bar, but tell
So
us
that's
more.
that's something about
So-
that
so
that tell me you
traditionally-
ain't keeping nothing. You just moving
You're not
through.
supposed to. You can do
Yeah.
it.
Shift to it.
Real
Ooh.
quick, let me pick this one. Okay. not
Sandy
a good
Park
fit.
said 10 out of 10. Absolutely.
Yes.
Good answer.
I think women stay too long.
I know they do.
Stay way too long.
Stay too long in what?
Wrong.
Oh, when you know it's wrong. You
When
know it's wrong.
It's not a good fit.
It's-
And they stay too long and they allow their hearts to be rehearsed on,
Oh.
practice on.
Say that again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
They
People
allow their
over
hearts
in
to
here.
be rehearsed on.
Oh.
And so-
Nobody should be able to play with your heart like that.
And so my question would be, why do women let their hearts be replayed like that so
Let the
often?
other
Because love hopes in all things.
Believe so.
It believes all things.
But that's not love. That's a false sense of safety. And,
Yeah.
and
I
love.
agree with you, but I think that some of the women who have stayed too long, they are staying because they see something in the man that they are with.
Potential.
Oh, there you go. They see something in him and they want to believe that at some point in time, he is going to
Change.
not even change. He's going to become that thing that they believe he can become.
Well, let's see
Or
what
they're
let's see
holding
what
on
the
to
ladies have
past
to say about
memories.
that.
That too.
Or
That
they're
too.
holding on to the past good
Mhm.
memories, right? Because when you first meet someone,
They're showing you their
I
best
mean,
side.
yes, they're showing. So they have what's called euphoric recall, where though they should be leaving that situation, their brain is tricking them into, and then they're getting that shot of dopamine, and they're
Mhm.
hoping that they'll get it again. Okay, but in the past, this person was like this,
Mhm.
and there's a little hope that at some point they may be able to get back to that place.
Mhm.
When
Sound
they're-
like an addiction to me.
well, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, you could take that so many different
Mhm.
ways.
Right.
How was their attachment to their parents? Did they have a secure attachment to their parents, or was mom and dad not really around? So now they have like an anxious, avoidant attachment in relationships. Like there's so many other factors that play into the reason that women will stay in a relationship that is not conducive to the life that they truly desire.
That's good.
I agree.
That's a
Mhm.
good answer.
Mhm. So you think that's only fitting for women, or do men also?
But
feel
the
same
question
way?
that was posed was to us women.
Right. So just
I know that's a good one
And
though.
he's
So-
already gone.
so
What
I
you
think
gonna do?
I
You
said,
wonder why he acts like a boy. Hey.
hey, us ladies
because
laying it out.
you let him be a boy too long.
Oh,
I think it's also part of the curse. If we go back to Genesis, people
Yeah,
talk
shot.
about-
Come on.
yes,
Bring the
people talk
Bible
about
in.
the
Yes, sir.
cramps and the menstrual cramps, but he also say you would
Mhm.
desire your
You will
husband.
yearn after.
Your husband. So
Come on.
women, yeah, that's
Mhm.
a huge part of the
Mhm.
scripture people
Wow.
leave out, and that's why women yearn
Mhm.
and yearn. We're constantly asking. And you said, "Well, I gave you flowers. I gave you this.
Mhm.
You will yearn.
Mhm.
I mean, not yearn, desire.
Desire.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
wow,
Uh-huh.
wow, we
Wow.
so deep.
Wait,
over
and then
here.
are we desiring a man that is not our husband? But we're trying to make them into the man that we want to be our husband, but they just don't have the capacity to be our husband.
Oh, because it's something empty in us and we're still trying to feel it. But we're gonna go on here because our artist is
Don't
in
cut
here.
this off.
We-
This is
we
good.
got,
Keep
we
going.
got some we coming back because we got
gotta pay a bill.
we got a question
Yeah, what's
from
the
our audience.
question?
We come on up. She
Okay.
can somebody take the
I'll
question?
go ahead. I'll go ahead.
If you put it up there, guy.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
My eyes, I can't see it.
No problem.
Meaning-
A lot of women fall in love with the ideals of a romance and love with men who are not on, I'm guessing, on their level. In
Mhm.
other words, they settle.
Oh, so
Thank you.
true.
And then there's a question.
And then the next question.
So, question for our brothers, best brother. I like that. I like that. Best brothers. If you guys ever get any chance to change at least one equality.
Equality.
Let me get it. Equality.
We
law.
losing points. Come on now. We losing points.
Let me slow down.
Slow down.
What will that be?
Oh, can you repeat that one more time? That's for the question is for our best brother.
Our best brothers.
Okay,
All right.
they got it. Because he's trying to help y'all get some
She
points.
is so petty.
Let AD read that one right quick because I want to put a pin in that on that. Read that right quick there.
Question for our best brothers. Clap, clap.
See, look at
If
that.
you
That's so
guys
petty.
ever get a chance to change at least one equity equality, you made me mess it up. Jesus. That's seven.
You can't read all right.
I can't. I need to go back. I need to go back.
I tried to put the most I thought intelligent brother we have on the set here.
And all I heard was Trae equity. All I heard was Trae equity. That was it.
That's what we're trying to build.
Yeah.
Equity. Hello.
Equality law.
Yeah.
What will that be?
You
Yeah.
had to take
Thank you.
away at least
Hey,
3
Doc,
letters.
Listen.
Yeah,
To
Doc,
get-
yeah.
Listen,
Fix it, Pop.
we struggling today, Jesus.
Okay, so did y'all get the question?
Yeah.
Good brothers?
Equity? Are we talking about equity or equality?
So because they're two different things.
Can we work it in?
They're two different things.
Y'all act
Darnell don't even want y'all to answer.
He don't. He don't.
They would embarrass you.
He
Your
don't.
good brothers
We
have
ain't the best
embarrassed
brothers no more.
Darnell about to log off and mess with us. Jesus. Stay,
Don't
Darnell.
leave. That's what
Please.
you get for saying they're
Please
your
stay.
best brothers. Okay. But that question
Thanks
is
for the
you guys.
question. Thank you for the question.
Okay, so can y'all answer?
Yeah.
What laws would they be referencing? The only one that comes to mind is what, equal pay? That's the only thing I can think of
Oh, well, that's a good one.
off the top of my head.
The body. New
So
laws for the body as well.
yeah, I don't think men in Congress should be making decisions on that. So
Agreed.
I don't.
Yeah.
And that's not an equality thing because they're not making the same. Well, women aren't making the same laws in a sense for men. So I don't think that that's. Yeah, I don't think that's the same.
That's wrong.
Good answer. Good
Okay.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
good
All
good
right.
answer. Is that what y'all gonna stick with, brothers?
Yeah,
Y'all
we're
stick
gonna,
with this
yeah,
answer?
we're gonna stick to that one.
Yeah, we're gonna
All right,
stick to
we're
that.
gonna stick to
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Give that a 10.
Oh, you gonna give that a
Stick to that.
10?
Yeah, that was good.
Abigail.
9.8, Abigail.
They never
Yeah.
rated our
I
answer.
think-
They never
we
rated
got-
our answer. So
Yeah.
We about 30 points by now.
I think we're at
This
40.
scale is confusing. I don't really know
Because it
what-
keeps moving. It's a sliding scale. It's okay. It's a sliding scale.
okay, look at Rod gonna come back top, but that's a 10. Rod, get off of
Okay.
here. Rod, you're getting too much play time now. Okay. And then on to the ladies. I guess I want Steph to ask the next question. You have one? Are you
No, we had a question for the lady.
Oh,
We need
that's
to-
right.
So we
That's-
Yeah.
down.
we
Yeah.
down. We need to
Y'all need a question.
give us something.
Yeah, so we need to
Come on, make it quick.
tap into something real quick here.
Okay.
Do you often find a man that's similar to your father?
Oh.
Mhm.
Who you want to answer that question?
That's anybody. Any one of y'all can jump into that.
Oh, I'll can we tag team?
Hey, get a brother's 10 for asking the question.
Absolutely not.
Cheater.
So I'm gonna lean into psychology and I'm gonna let Steph wrap it up.
Okay.
Psychology says that you can pick either your mother or your father,
Mm-hmm.
not in a physical sense, but by way of persona.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I picked my mom. Not
And your
not
husband?
femininity,
Mm-hmm.
personality,
Mhm.
love, not personality,
Tendencies, preferences. Yep.
patience.
What is mirrored that you notice, or that you
Yeah.
noticed in the beginning?
His lightheartedness, not too
Mhm.
serious,
Mhm.
yin to my yang,
Mm.
very light, airy.
He's laid back kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah,
So that must mean you're more so like your dad then.
probably.
Okay.
hmm
Oh, reverse roles.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I never seen that. Well, I guess it could happen though.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good answer.
I can see
Yeah.
that. You know.
With her,
Because she told me she seen my mother looking at me the other day.
I did. We was sitting,
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
sitting up we were having a conversation, having dinner, and I
Mhm.
looked at him like, "Wow, I see your mom," and his mom gone home to
Mhm.
heaven,
Yeah,
and I
Mhm.
literally seen
I
her
can
through
see that.
him. So yeah,
yeah,
but when I chose you,
yeah.
I really saw I saw my mother and my father in him.
Okay.
I saw
Mhm.
my father from the protector role.
Mm.
My dad is one that by any means necessary, you ain't messing with his. And that's kind of Lawrence. But Lawrence is a quiet
When he
storm.
got older, he put away those childish things.
Yeah.
No, my daddy
And
never
so
did.
he yeah.
Can I
Your
answer my
daddy
question?
did.
Can I answer
Oh,
my
go ahead.
question?
Go ahead.
And so
I told y'all from the beginning, I ain't gonna try to argue. I ain't gonna win it.
my dad was one that it didn't matter. I don't care what situation it was, right, wrong, or indifferent. He was coming for his children. He was going to protect his kids by any means. And that's what I saw in Lawrence. He's going to protect us by any means. Now, he'll deal with us behind the scenes, but he was going to protect us. The other side of that was I saw my mom's heart in him because he is a caretaker. He cares for people, all people. And so I guess when I was looking for my mate, or when God showed me my mate, I saw both of my parents.
Okay.
And I love that because they're your first representation of love.
Yes.
And safety.
Yes.
And goodness.
Yes.
And kindness and compassion and forgiveness.
That in some homes.
No, they
they
are
But we're
good, bad, or
specific,
indifferent.
but-
They're still the
Yes.
same.
Specific to me.
It should be. But that, I mean, they're your first representation of God.
Yes.
Your parents are.
Literally, they are.
So I love that you said that. I think
Yeah.
that's just so sweet.
Oh, true.
I think it's a 10. Actually, I think it's like a 20.
I would go ahead and give us a 20 on that answer.
How did we get to?
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's a sliding. It's a sliding scale.
of the whole set. So,
But I
hey
thought
guys,
10 was the highest.
so we need our
keep moving. The
ladies. I need some help. The only person that's out
So
here scoring is
complex
Rod, which is
and
a man.
confused
Okay.
is what we started with.
Yeah.
So I have a question for the men.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go throw it out there.
And therefore
What
we are
is the
still
big-
there.
He is acting up. What is the biggest misconception? My goodness. It was that equity.
I told you.
That was equality. That spirit is trying to jump on me. But I will resist.
Loose here, Satan.
What is the biggest misconception that women have about men that you would like to clear up?
That we're not emotional.
Yes.
I love that.
That's a good one.
That we're not emotional.
Expound.
Yeah.
So I think that. So I'll use my wife for an example. There is a side of me that so the men in my family have a temper issue, and we typically have physically lashed out when that has been engaged. At a very young age, I realized that I saw the patterns with the various men in my family, and I did a lot to try to contain and really control that. I would have been like a Bruce Banner in the Hulk situation. So, right.
Well,
My wife, when she met me, most of that had already been contained. So she was like, I've never seen you like just pop off or like go crazy. I was like, well, you don't want me to. Because if I do, I don't know if I'll be able to rein that back in after all the work that I've done. And I've told her stories of times where that has, that side has come out. And she's like, I just really would just like to see that.
No,
I was
you
like, well, no, you don't.
leave that alone.
So that's the extreme. But even the soft side, like I've expressed how since having my son, that has unlocked an emotional side that I have never thought would be accessible. After my mother passed away, it unlocked another side of that as well. I could see someone going through a cancer journey and I would just, but with my son, if I see another couple or family going through something, or if I see another brother raising his son, it hits me differently because my father wasn't that consistent presence throughout my life. So I can attach and just feel something totally, I'm about to start crying now. I can feel something different now being a father that I did not know was accessible at that point in time. But I think that also that also connects with the fact that I think a lot of women just feel like I don't see you crying. I don't see you. It's either like an aggressive, angry, and there's no in between, right? Or indifferent even.
Okay, so and that's very good because so what you're saying is that there is a misconception from us as women believing that you guys are not emotional.
Right.
Okay.
And I'd like to piggyback on that a little bit if I could, because my wife did something very exciting for us, particularly for me. And, I know she's used to the giddy, oh, thank you, but that's not the way we function. It's not the way we function. And so I am very pleased with what you did with the tickets and everything like that. But I'm sorry I don't show the excitement. I did show excitement.
You really did.
I met the expectation.
You did, darling.
Okay, I didn't feel like I did. But I appreciate you
did.
saying,
You really did. I surprised him with some tickets to the Saints and Texans game.
Texans.
You said the Cowboys and who?
No, we're gonna leave them over there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you want your mic to stay on?
I'm about to unplug it.
Do you see? You know what? I'm not a Cowboy hater, so I'm not going to even
It's a battle.
put that disclaimer out there because if the Texans not there, I'm going for the Cowboys. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know, being in the
That's
military, I'm just Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day. So I do want you guys to represent your team. Give us a shout out on who your team is out there right now, because
He repping the
playoffs have started, or not the playoffs, but the
game.
Preseason.
football
Preseason.
preseason has
Mhm.
started. So we're gonna get a lot of football stuff going
Yeah.
on here.
Somebody said the Lions.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
got a Detroit with her.
Okay. Well, I want to. Okay, it's time for our question.
Yes.
Yes. So I have one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. What do you think about? Oh, I'm not doing that one.
Oh.
I'm not doing that one.
You looking at your team?
I'm not doing that one.
So how long does it take for a woman
Uh-uh.
to say long enough is long enough?
When it comes to what?
To what?
When it comes to have dating a guy, we're
Mhm.
talking about male and female, dating a guy, and he's not reaching that expectation in which you are desiring.
Mhm.
When is long enough for you all? Or is there a cutoff period?
I think it depends on the seeds that have been sown into her previously by her family,
Mm.
sisters,
Mm-hmm.
fathers, the men, the women in her life. It just depends. I think you said,
Yeah.
or we were talking about what you were exposed to
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, like the love from your father and your mother. So I think it depends on the seeds that were sown into
Mhm.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Speak for yourself, girl.
Well, yeah, because what Keisha Cole says, if love is the goal, then pay attention
Mhm.
at the end of one of her songs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think some women prefer to learn hard
Mm.
when
Mhm.
it comes to love.
And I would say that only she knows when it's enough.
Mhm.
Enough is
absolutely.
enough when she's sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mhm.
That's true.
And so, and I think that can go back to men too.
Right.
A person will know when it's enough. I mean, you can tell someone, you can see your friend going through something, you can
Yeah.
see your family member going through something. You can keep saying it's not good
Mhm.
for you. It's not good for.
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Yeah.
And they're not going to move until they're ready to move.
Yeah, because
When I-
there's
when
some women
That's
out there
true.
just being abused out there, okay,
Yeah.
in situations, and they keep going back.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Because they
also-
haven't had
Absolutely
enough
abusive.
yet.
they haven't had enough yet.
I mean, that's just the reality. Have you had enough, or do you need some more?
Mm-hmm.
And
And there's
maybe
also men, young
they
men
need
out
some
there
more.
that are going through it, because I think that we like to just focus on the women, but there
Mhm.
are truly some men out there that are being abused and that keep going back into it
Absolutely.
and back in it, but they're not going to change. Nothing's going to change till they're ready.
I think it's easier to stay in some
Oh, yeah.
situations, and I think
Really?
it's,
Don't have to start over.
there you go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's the first thing that comes to mind for most men.
Maybe.
Just going off of the men's side of it, I think it's easier to stay, grin and bear it, or again hope that something will change than to set a standard, establish that, and say, hey, if we can't, and I say we because there's something that you aren't living up to, and then maybe something that I'm not doing that I'm not living up to.
Mhm.
So if there's a standard that it has not been set and we can't adhere to it, then it's tough to say, hey, we just gonna have to part ways.
Yeah.
That's difficult when you've
Mhm.
given yourself, you've given your
Years,
time,
time.
effort,
Mhm.
energy, whether it's a month, a year, whatever that is. That's tough to either start over
Mhm.
or
I agree.
take that time to step back and say, what could I have done differently? Was I not clear with what I was communicating? Did I not set the expectation at the beginning of our dating season? Like,
Mhm.
did I paint this facade that this is what I wanted? And
Mhm.
then they played into it and then I
Mhm.
realized that's not what I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
whatever those things are,
Yes.
it's difficult to really step back and assess where those
Mhm.
shortcomings
And this
have
could
come up.
apply to a lot of different areas in life as far as changing your career,
Yeah.
so to
Mhm.
speak. You know,
Abigail.
just stepping out on faith, or just
Yeah.
about.
We
That's
got-
what it's all about.
we got a
Can I
question.
add to that before you jump in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
We
gonna
got some
say-
pettiness
I
going on.
cut you off two
I-
or three times, so yes, please have the mic.
It's because we got all these people in here.
Yeah.
Okay. But I would say that it's just as difficult, in my opinion, or if not more difficult, to have to deny yourself continuously day in and day out.
I
Yes,
agree.
what you were saying, I think that is so true. And absolutely, that's a hard part. But it is so hard to deny yourself, and knowing how you feel, knowing what you desire for yourself, and having to continuously slam the door in your own face.
So I would jump in on that.
Come on,
I want
Trae.
you to finish though.
Come on.
See, when we speak, we have to speak it because it don't stay there long. And so
I was gonna forget.
Complex, basic, complex.
I would have been looking over here like,
Okay, no, I want to hear it.
yeah. But what about those people that are givers within themselves and their personality? So a lot of times they do put themselves on the back burner, but that's just them. You
That's
know, that's
still
just how
toxic.
they are.
yeah.
But that's
Right.
still toxic, and
Yes.
even because that shows that you have no boundaries. There are no parameters in your life
Ooh.
for you to continuously even think that it's acceptable. When you're overgiving, that's a recipe for heartache.
Mm.
You know, so then we
Say
have to
that
go
again.
deeper.
Wow.
When you're overgiving, that's a recipe for heartache.
That's good.
But we have to go
It didn't
deeper
mean
to,
deeper
you know,
in your
when
tone.
Let me tell you what she's saying is so true.
Right, it
Because
is.
I am a natural giver,
Mhm.
and I had to
Same.
learn to put that into perspective.
Same.
So
Yeah.
pause
Same.
right there,
Mhm.
because where I think there was an awareness that you had at some point in time in your life to realize I've been giving,
Mhm.
and there either has not been a deposit back.
Yes.
I haven't got a return on this investment.
Mhm.
And I think many people are not at the stage in their relationship, career, whatever it is, that they have that level of awareness. So they continue to give. They continue, they stay,
Mhm.
right? And because of that, that's natural for them. They don't see
Right.
it as toxic. They
Right,
see that
right.
as the norm.
Right.
So if that's the norm, it's a lot easier for you to be in that than again to take a step back.
Mhm.
But
And say-
that's a norm of someone still not seeing that's the
Value in
dysfunctional
themselves.
value in
Yeah.
themselves and
You're
the
right, right.
dysfunction that they're in.
And once you reach a level of awareness that we're discussing,
Yes,
Mhm.
that comes a lot easier.
it really does.
And,
And-
I think though there are feelings though attached to that, even if you are the overgiver and you
Yes.
haven't reached a level where you can say, hey, I need to put a boundary in this relationship. How are you feeling after you have these encounters or these interactions with these
Yeah.
people? What do you feel? Because that's a
Empty.
great indicator, right?
Yes.
See,
That
Mhm.
something is wrong. And you have to deny yourself
Yes.
again
Mhm.
Yeah.
to continue to go into these relationships and present this way, knowing that it's actually wounding you.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
also have to look at your motive behind your giving in life.
That's a
You
good
know,
one.
because if
That's a
you
good one.
have the wrong motive
That's a good one.
in giving, you're gonna reap, should I say?
Yeah.
that's what you're giving out.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna reap what
What you
you
sow.
no,
Yeah.
it's gonna be reverse. What you
Yeah.
want back
Yeah.
is not gonna be reciprocated.
No,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
great answer. But we still got that 10. We
Yeah.
marked it down for a 10.
I thought that was a 26.
Okay, that's a
Maybe.
10.
I don't
And
know,
so
but
We have a
I
question
mean,
out
she
here.
the host of the show. The ladies won, but for you guys out there in YouTube,
Are we surrendering
land-
already? Wait a
No,
minute.
No.
Wait a
I'm-
minute.
Waving the flag for
This-
y'all
Oh,
waving
they
the
won
flag.
They
already.
want to wave that
Hear me
that
out.
white
Okay.
flag.
Okay, help me.
Hear me out. We're
Okay.
gonna finish our conversation,
Yes, sir.
but like I said in the beginning,
Don't argue.
we're not gonna argue
I got you.
the fact that if they say they
Yeah.
won, that we gonna let them say they
Yeah.
won. We gonna still be men
That
because
don't-
we
that
ain't
don't-
gonna be childish.
That don't work with
That-
me. If we keeping score, I need to win.
Love
That
is-
confused
Yeah.
look coming
Love
in. Like,
is-
I thought
Wait,
we
wait,
were-
wait.
See,
Love,
y'all
love
did
don't
say-
keep score.
Love is-
Love don't keep score.
Hey,
Thank you. They don't keep score. So if we talking, then listen.
That's why I had you read the scripture
Uh-huh.
today, because I wanted that to imprint on your heart.
It did. That's right. So I'm trying to figure out why we keep a score.
Okay, so I've got to come and ask this question that's over here. It's a question that's been posed out there on YouTube.
Do you want to win or do you want to have it
And
home?
I'm going to
I ain't got to go home with none of y'all, so I want to win.
I'm going to ask the fellows. I'll just put it out there. I'll ask the fellas, what is your opinion on gender roles in a relationship?
Oh my.
Gender role.
Mm.
What? I ain't never had a gender role. How do you taste?
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Brother Carter, what's in that cup? What's in that cup, Brother Carter?
I ain't never had no gender roles. What they taste like?
This ain't Cheddar's. This ain't Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my
Go
Oh,
ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
They real buttery.
they real buttery.
Y'all put butter on them. Or what?
Put butter on it.
God.
You put some jelly on it. or
Okay.
what?
Oh,
We'll just take a sip on that one and I'll have to do my
Ooh.
Okay.
How do you feel about men in the It's kind of the route.
So,
Yeah.
Abigail, Aaron had to
I've
come.
lost all hearing and everything at this point. I can't,
you can't hear
it now.
nothing. Your mic gone.
I think we win just off of that.
I agree, actually.
So the question, I'm going to ask the question one more time.
Woo.
The question is, what is your opinion on gender roles in relationships?
All right.
And this could be for men and women. So we're going to see who gives the best answer to that. Great question.
I can start this off just
Okay.
because I feel like I do something specifically in my marriage where it's looked upon as men don't do. I cook. And
Same.
yeah,
Clean,
and this
wash clothes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and this is just something that I had to learn myself, where it doesn't really matter. It's what's best for the unit in general. I'm gonna be a little petty, but and when it comes to cooking, I like things a certain way. You know, it has to be presentable.
That's our biggest downfall.
Logan,
You know.
I'm one of those vibrational.
It has to
types.
be a certain way, got to look a certain way. And I'm not going to say any names in particular, but I'm looking at the camera. They know who they are.
What the deacon say when the pastor? Watch it, sir. Watch it.
You got to come home.
No, but you know, I just like it presentable. I like it to look a certain way, and I know I can't expect that from that other person.
Right.
So with that being said, I was just like, okay, well, I do it. It doesn't matter about the gender roles. It's just about what is best for the unit.
Yeah.
And that has to do with other things involved as far as health, the way we're eating, so on and so forth. Who's more aware of that? But when it comes to the gender roles, I specifically don't have a problem with it because I cook and I actually enjoy cooking. I enjoy coming up with the new recipes and, so on and so forth.
So you cook better than your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without hesitation. Did you?
And then he started shaking his head.
Okay, great answer. I'm going to move that over to
Don't
the
get
lady
bad for that.
side.
Yeah.
That was
I feel like this is important. When
Because
gender
women today
roles,
don't know how to cook, so we have to jump in.
Stephanie, they
like
not
Mama
gonna
did.
stop from interrupting you. I
they
promise.
gonna interrupt me all day.
Y'all
And
ain't
I'm
like
okay
Mama
because I'm
did.
unoffendable.
Yeah.
That's okay. Come on, baby. Come on. Hit them.
Because there's DoorDash and Uber Eats, so we don't have to. I think that we need to talk about like
Microwave
when
lovers.
I am a freezer girl, especially during the week because I'm busy. But I think that we need to talk about like when gender roles were formed, women didn't have the same rights and access as men. So we needed you to go out and to work because you were going to get more money. You could probably get a better job so you could have more income that would potentially sustain the family. So then the women were kind of forced to be at home and to raise the children. So I think that we need to catch up with the times, but I'll also say, do what feels right in your relationship. I know some stay-at-home dads who are phenomenal dads and they are rearing. Wonderful word earlier. They're rearing their children so well, teaching them how to read, teaching them how to be articulate, teaching them how to have social skills, right? And mom is this boss entrepreneur who's getting it from the mud. And it's fine. I feel like you just have to know what's right for you. And if you try to cater to what society says is best for you, you'll be unhappy and unsatisfied.
All right, give that girl a 10.
That's real.
Good answer.
What about mine? I cook.
You cook?
I cook at the house.
Well, can I say something since that's something you enjoy?
I smoke.
That's a hot.
I drink.
I'm supposed to stop, but I can't.
I thought he was saying
Well, that was a kitchen in the bedroom song for you right there.
Jesus. Okay, so
Woo, get this show back on track.
I'm trying so hard. That was a great question. Thanks for posing that question, but I'm going to throw another one out there.
But Trae do get a
7.
big ups also.
7. Okay.
He get big ups for his
7.
answer. 7. That's
7.
all you gonna give?
7.
I think
She would not have had a rebuttal had not Trae said what he said.
Well, Trae
She
said.
based her rebuttal off of Trae's
okay, well,
word.
let me tell y'all why I gave him a
Put your
7.
respect
Because Trae said he cooked. Okay, you eat. You should cook. Okay, Trae said he clean. So
that's -5.
So he clean. So he dirty up. Trae say he wash clothes.
No, he do that for the family.
Well, that's
not
good.
just for him.
But he should.
No.
But he should.
No.
Well,
She take 5 more off because No.
You talking
'Cause-
about Jesus?
Yes, because you can't just say that he should.
Well, I hear
No,
you.
that's a no.
No,
No,
let me-
wait. Well, let me finish this.
But you can't cut
No,
mine.
this is
I'm supposed to
condition.
come back and clean
This
this.
should be a
Love is
we.
kind.
Okay.
This
Love
should be a
endures
we.
always.
Well, let me tell you why I said that. Let me
not
tell.
a he.
Let me tell you why I
thing.
said that.
Why
Let
did
me
you
tell
say
you
that?
why I
did you
said
say that, Valerie?
In a relationship,
In a relationship,
we have to do what we have to do in the relationship as a unit.
right?
So him
That ain't what
cooking,
you said.
yes,
at
it
first.
is.
Okay.
He dirty. He can
dirty.
help clean up.
Oh, wait.
But you
No,
don't
listen
do-
to me.
put deodorant
I
on.
dirty. I can
No
clean up. We
lemons
clean up. I eat. I can go in there if she wants to go to Uber Eat to make sure her significant other have food and she can
Mhm.
eat. She do that. I think that what you do is what you do.
If you pay
For
a
the-
maid to come in and clean your
house is clean.
then you cleaned your house
I
because
sure
you
did.
paid for the
My
maid.
house is
Huh?
clean.
Okay.
So we do
I
what we
like
have.
maids.
Do you understand what I'm saying? We do what we do
Outsource.
to make the relationship healthy. I wasn't knocking
Mhm.
you down at all, but what I'm actually doing is giving you your props.
Yep.
I
Because
appreciate
you recognize that you got to do whatever you got to do in your relationship to keep it whole.
Because at the end of the day, it's a man's duty.
it. Mhm.
No, I can't say that part.
I was about to say,
It's
where
a
you
man-
going?
Okay, well, let me go ahead and
It's
make
a
this.
man's duty to keep the household that
Well-
much, because this is a word that a lot of homes don't have. It's a man's duty to keep peace
Mm.
within the home. You know, it's one thing to have joy and happiness and all that. Okay, that's fine. But if you don't have peace in your home,
Mhm.
then and it's all chaotic then. And so what we have to do to keep peace, we may have to wash some
Well,
clothes.
I don't think
we
we
may
should
have
look.
to.
I don't think we should look at it as a task. It's truly
No,
a
we're
pre-
not.
Okay, but hear me out. I'll let you talk.
Okay, you sounding toxic right now.
I think that it is
Come on, turn
for
it
a
up.
good, healthy relationship.
Okay.
Any good, healthy relationship, you have to meet each other where you're at.
Mhm.
And for the relationship to be successful, you can't look at it like, well, this is what I do because I do it better. You should look at it like this is what it's going to take for us to make sure that we get what we need and we both are happy in this home and
Mhm.
down and doing what we're doing. So you can't get caught up in Trae. I know that's not what you were
Yeah.
saying.
And
But for the-
sometimes it do come down that I can do this better because I know, when we first started back in 70, 80, whatever we started, and let you wash my white clothes and they came out pink.
Uh-oh.
So at that point I said I would no longer allow you to wash my clothes, even though you fooled me into believing that you could not wash clothes. But
well, I
I've been
did.
doing it.
But I did. And but see, you got to do what it
So
works.
I feel like I can do it better, so I wash.
Yeah.
my
I get
own
what
clothes.
you say.
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
what-
Some
but
things you do better,
Right.
and you just say, "I'm just gonna do this."
So I'm understanding you're basically saying the same thing, but you're
Right.
just saying it in a nicer way. You're just saying what's best for
For
the
the
group.
For the group.
Brother Carter
Complex.
is saying what's
Basic.
better.
What's better?
Complex base.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
What was
So-
the other C word? Complex,
Confused.
confused.
Okay.
And so we're trying to keep from this land of confusion because the whole world is a ball of confusion right now. I mean, everywhere we go.
Trash
So
can
the
on
one
fire.
place you try to have as least confusion is in your home.
Yeah, you
That's
better. I'm gonna put a question out there, and then I want our audience to answer this question if they can. And this is actually going to be the bonus question. And this question, whoever answered the best in here,
The best to whose.
I'll be the judge.
We should
and
let the
that will be the
audience-
winner.
We should let the
Yeah,
audience.
Yes.
audience
Okay.
is
I
invited.
think-
Well,
yeah.
some may be biased. He called y'all the best brothers.
I know. I think
Yeah.
the men are the only ones really. We need our women. Okay. How do you think the difference in the sexes impact homosexual, heterosexual? Go ahead and read the question.
Do you want to read Stephanie's
Yeah.
last one?
Yeah, there you go. The last one on there.
How do you think the difference in the sexes impact heterosexual monogamous relationships in today's society?
Can you repeat?
How do you-
read one?
That is
Yep.
too many words for Brother
Yeah.
Carter. Somebody else.
That's what I said. Read it
Even for
again.
me, it's very elaborate.
Read it again.
Mhm.
How do you think the differences in the sexes impact heterosexual monogamous relationships in today's society?
There you go.
Let me see it. I got to see the words.
Y'all
Y'all
overthinking.
overthinking it. It's so
It
What,
ain't.
you
It's
you
very
you
simple.
start.
So
Help us.
to clarify the question, it's simply asking how do you all believe that the male and the female dynamic is, I guess, different with a relationship that is committed to only those two people.
Mhm.
So nobody else, no side pieces, no polygamy or anything like that. Just a
Those
man
two.
and a woman being together, just them. Because we got a lot of different options out there now.
Mhm.
The world has opened up to homosexuality, cis, queer, the LGBT
Okay.
plus all of that. So we're not talking about that. We're just talking about a male,
Yeah.
a female who are committed to one another.
Yeah,
How
good
does
point.
what?
Yeah.
So then what?
What's the benefit, or like what's the?
Kind of simplifies it up here.
Thank
There
y'all.
you go. There you
There
go.
you go. Go
Yes.
ahead.
It was the
Yes.
big words.
I just wanted to be specific. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted
Gotcha.
How do you go ahead?
How do the differences in sexes affect relationships?
Oh.
How do the differences in sexes affect the relationship? That's the question. How do the differences in
John said
sexes?
those are some curly words. I got to go Google.
Okay, so y'all come on.
I think the differences make the relationship, not affect the relationship.
That's
I
good.
like that.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's
That's a good answer from the males.
Come on.
Okay, so how do the differences in sexes affect make the relationship? I believe that each a male and a female bring something to the table the way that they're actually wired.
Mhm.
I truly believe that women help men so much in relationship because because of the way that you all think, you get us to think outside our, like AD said, basic
Mhm.
way of thinking.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, my wife in our business that we run has helped our business grow with ideas and moving it forward. I believe we're the, I'm gonna say, quote unquote.
so. Do
muscle
you
behind-
listen?
Huh?
You listen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I had to learn to.
Okay.
I had to learn to. I mean, I'm
You know,
still
'cause
working
we
on it as
know
well.
everything.
Mm.
I don't.
I don't know.
You know,
Mm.
we know
No,
everything.
y'all think y'all do.
We
No,
know a
I'm
lot.
serious.
We
Y'all
know,
think
We
like
know
that.
a lot, but
Yeah.
I feel like women in the
Uh,
way that they wired really
right.
bring a lot to advance
Right.
us and
If
in our direction.
we listen.
If we listen, yes. If
Good
we listen,
answer.
but then you got to make sure you have the right one to listen to. But that's
Speak
no
fast, lead
whole
soon.
nother.
Like that scripture that talk about submit ye one to
one another.
another.
They don't go to that part of the scripture
Mhm.
because that's
And that's
before.
right under. I thought it was
It's before. It
It's bef-
starts with that, and then it goes to the
wives submit to
yeah,
your
yeah,
husband.
yeah, yeah.
But before that, it
Own
says submit
husband.
ye one to another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You cannot be in a healthy relationship where you each don't know how to accept influence from one another.
There you go. It's not healthy. Can't be
Well,
healthy.
I think it come down to deliverance, and
Oh,
most of the
yes.
time,
Yes.
most of the time when your wife or
Mhm.
your wife is speaking
Mhm.
towards something and she feel emotional about it, you're dealing with more of the
Emotion.
emotion versus the words that are
question
actually
coming
coming out of the mouth.
The way it's said
Right,
instead of what
right,
it's said.
right,
Yeah.
and so
That's a good-
and that's how
That's where the conflict
the
come in.
the effect come in.
Yeah.
That's
The
true.
differences come in
Mhm.
because if you can just speak it, what you're saying, sometimes we might be able to hear it a little clearer.
That's a good one.
But
Instead of yelling.
often
It's yelled.
we dealing from it from here.
So how do you disarm her so that she speaks?
Mm.
How do
Time.
you disarm your wife?
Time.
Mm-mm,
It takes
Mm.
time.
mm-mm. I think it takes time to know when or how it's best to do so.
Mhm.
But if every woman is going to be different,
Right.
some with some women it could be as simple as a gentle touch
Mhm.
to bring her from 10 to 5,
Mhm.
and then she could this is a serious conversation that I need to come down so I can be receptive to this.
Mm.
With others it could be a look. Some women might need you to raise your voice so that they can. It's very different. So with my wife,
Mhm.
it is just that it's a similar. First, I let her say what she needs to say. I receive what she's saying.
Do you acknowledge it?
100%.
Because you need to acknowledge
100%.
it.
100%. Because I think that's something that women desire when it comes to expressing themselves to their significant other. So after being receptive to that, I don't make concessions or say, yeah, and but. I take what she gives. Okay. Then I give what I feel needs to be given in that space.
That sounds like a good answer though. But I want to see your wife. I want to see you and your wife in a real confrontation. See how it go out.
No, we've had them, and there have been some things that we have fundamentally just disagreed on.
Yeah.
I think that when a woman is upset or she's expressing herself, that didn't just happen. That's a buildup of something, because the woman is trying to communicate something, and most of the time you don't have your listening ear on, and so when you don't have your listening, when the male doesn't have his listening ear on, it becomes frustrating. And so by the time your listening ear comes on, she's here. And so that's when you hear the frustration, but that didn't start there.
Right.
So if you turn your listening ear on when the communication happens, then I think you won't have get so much.
That's what it comes down to. As 40-some years of matrimony with my lovely wife, we've had a host of highs and lows, should I say, in our lives, and learning how to listen, learning how to respond, learning how to rebuttal makes a huge difference in the relationship. So,
and it all goes back to respect.
And and at the end of the day, most of us men, we think we really have all the answers. We are the most simplified individuals on the face of the earth. Most of us men, and that don't tap into our feminine side, because there's a feminine side to all of us men, as well as women have a masculine side to them. And so when we don't tap into those things, we are like that magnet fighting against each other.
I agree 100%.
That makes sense.
It does.
Am I making sense out there?
Yeah. So we got some questions. It's time for the question and answer segment of this conversation. What we got out there?
So, Stephanie, can you read them off for me since they can
She don't trust y'all no more.
No. Rightfully so.
Do women believe that men need an emotionally safe space? If so, how do you do that for a man?
Good job.
Wow. I like that question.
Rod been on it today.
Rod, I like that question.
That's a good question. So who gonna answer it?
No, he asking the women.
That was for us?
I see that hand go up. Go ahead,
Okay.
Queen Sheba.
So I'll say yes, they do need an emotionally safe place. And how do I do it? A soft touch, physical touch. But I can't take credit for that, because my husband told me that. He said, men, we like to be touched too, and it doesn't have to equate to intimacy. Every now and then, touch me softly or brush up against me. So I started to incorporate that.
Listen,
Shit, slap me on the ass. Why I always gotta slap you on the ass?
That part.
But look, we're not talking about love languages right now. They ask about an emotional safe place. And often I believe that men don't have an emotional safe place to really express themselves, because when we try to express ourselves, it tend to come back. It's like talking to a wall sometime, especially if I'll speak for myself.
So I seem like you got some stuff you got to get off your chest.
See what I'm saying?
Just
Point.
look.
It ain't the same.
Point right there. I just want to make it clear.
That was a setup, and I walked right into it.
Men do have a tough place in life, because we're not supposed to be emotional. That's what people say.
That's fair.
But yes, we are emotional as well, and sometimes we want to express some things, and then it's not heard.
That's
and so now we turn into this shell of a man.
That ain't happening to you yet.
that you have.
That ain't happening to you yet.
That's what happens to a lot of relationships.
That's true.
Okay.
And so
That's fair.
So you have a man that don't respond to a lot of things.
Women's
He
because
sit back on a lot of things
Mhm.
because he don't feel appreciated.
That's
He
fair.
don't
That's
feel
what we know.
loved.
We got to keep going, baby.
Go
Next question.
Sorry, no, I just
Oh, I
was
need to put the time on myself.
Yes, because you're going long. I tell you. Okay.
No, I was just wondering in general, like if you're in a relationship, aren't you supposed to be that safe space for men?
If
Like
you
for
know
your-
how.
Yeah.
True.
Say that again, Aaron.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a relationship,
Mhm.
probably married by this point, or like very like into your relationship,
Mhm.
right? Aren't you like as a woman supposed to be that space area, like not like the end all be all,
Mhm.
But you
but
should
like
be.
have
Mhm.
that space for? Well, I'd
Yeah.
say take it to God, but
Yeah.
I know not everyone's,
Okay.
you know,
Right.
everything like
That's
that.
good.
But
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
good question.
I think it.
But
I think
a lot
it-
of people got a lot of damn baggage they bringing
I
into
agree.
relationships, and so
Exactly.
they don't
'Cause-
even identify that they are really being. What's the word I want to use?
Difficult.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Well, we got some questions. We got to come on. They throwing them at there. We got to keep it going. Come on.
When you choose a partner, do you expect them to understand you, or you try to understand them the most?
Oh,
Trae, you want to answer this because you were going to say something. But
yeah.
Well, it's all about what your awareness level going into the relationship. So do you understand that you need to understand them? Because so many people try to put themselves on them, and once you've been single, you're doing things your way. You're like, this is how I do things. You need to get with the program, so on and so forth. But it's not until you get to a level of maturity in your marriage or your relationship where you're saying, hey, I know this isn't about me putting me on you. This is about me understanding you so I can be able to react in the way that works for us.
Mhm.
And then you understanding me, vice versa. So
Seek ye first.
We need to do a
understand,
relationship.
That is
and
excellent.
This is
be
good.
understood. That's
really
good.
I do.
10 points.
He said 10. Okay, I'll give him.
Y'all know we
9.
won this, but if they say they won, we just gonna
I
say
see
okay.
there is one. Adonis went to YouTube to put his own question up. Okay, he gonna get in one with.
I didn't put a question. I responded to.
Okay, I know. I'm giving you a hard time. I'm giving you a hard time. Anybody else have any other questions? We're good to go. And it is time for us to do our
Time
final
has
thought.
been well spent, huh?
I tell you,
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and say this before we go. Thank you guys for the battle. This came from AD reaching out while we had Stephanie and Tiffany was on the show. He put in the comments that he wanted to do a battle of the sexes. We should do a battle of the sexes. So I do think that this was a great show. Thanks for the
Idea.
thank you for the idea. Really good. I want to say to you guys, this was a lot of fun. It was different than we normally do, but it was fun. And I think it was good to wake up to and have a good Saturday
Yeah.
morning start off.
Yeah.
With that being said, I do believe that the women won.
I agree.
But
Like
I
you
think
said,
that
Brother
think that the men, y'all held your own. Y'all did real good.
We appreciate it.
Y'all
Good
did
job,
really,
guys.
really good. It was a close win,
it wasn't a draw.
but it wasn't a draw. There
Yeah.
you go. So if somebody else have anything different to say,
I think Abigail had a real score over there that the men won, but we ain't gonna. we ain't
okay,
gonna harp.
Abigail. who's
Abigail, pick a side and
We're
stay
not-
there.
Where are you? What would you say, Abigail? I am the
Y'all
host.
were throwing numbers at me, so I don't think this
Good
is
answer.
accurate.
So
Yeah.
based off
It's
of your
Bias.
My opinion.
opinion.
Bias.
Okay then.
Yeah.
There you go.
When
There
the
you-
facts are there, they still say they win. That's when we're just like, okay.
I thought
all
y'all
right.
said y'all weren't going to argue.
Oh.
So
didn't
like
say
I
that.
said,
Okay.
Me and
That was
That
Brother
was
Carter.
good.
Let's be clear.
Trae and myself said that.
Hey,
was
D
on
been
the
it.
other
Hey,
end.
he was on the other end of that.
I see it.
no ma'am, no ma'am.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I see it.
Well, I do believe Coach Bree is over here. Can somebody
I
read
love
this?
Coach.
I love her
That's
too.
my girl.
Okay.
That's Tiara's girl. That's my girl.
Okay, can you go ahead and read her comment there?
People often look to their partner to heal them.
My God.
Mhm.
Do you all think it's necessary for men and women to heal individually
Mhm.
to be a better unit
Yes.
and team?
Come on
Absolutely.
now,
Yes.
speak. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Putting
Yeah.
so much more on the other person
Yes.
to make you whole is unfair,
Mm.
and it's definitely keeping you in a place of not healing.
Yeah.
keep you in that
we
broken
can talk
state.
about this after we finish.
So that is a
You
very
got a whole thing.
that's a whole conversation that we're gonna have. There will be a part 2 to this
Because
here.
at the end of the day, I don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in.
There you go.
Therefore,
There you go. How about that?
lean not to your own understanding.
There we go.
In all that way.
Acknowledge him.
And with that being said, I'm gonna take this around, and I want you guys to tell the audience and tell us what your experience was on this show
Mhm.
and being a part of the Love and Victory Show family. I'll start with Queen Sheba.
All right. Today was divine. I really enjoyed the dialogue, the thought leadership. I think y'all came with some really good conversation.
Mhm.
I look forward to part 2. If there's going to be a part 2, fellas, go behind the scenes, practice, come back better. Equality.
I love it.
Wait.
Equity.
She can say her, this is her way of wrapping her side.
Equity.
There you go.
Equality.
And you say
Equity.
There you go.
Go ahead and work on that, Trae.
Work on that. Okay.
We're gonna give you a little time to come back.
and then how can they how can they find you, Queen Sheba?
YouTube, Queen Sheba Darling, and Trae, I would be more than willing to work with you behind scenes. Equality versus equity.
We are petty today.
So raggedy in here.
Okay.
I can't wait
And
to
that was from Queen Sheba Darling. And to my
All in love. All in
to
love.
my right here. Come on, Steph,
Shimmy.
your experience.
No, I love being on the LV with Val show.
You know the L come before the V. Now.
You know what?
He's a mess. I always love being here. It's always a time when I'm not in the building. I'm tuning in via YouTube because I don't do Facebook like that. But I mean, I just felt like walking in that we were going to have a substantial lead. And we did. And then I knew coming in that we were going to take the championship home,
Okay.
the trophy. And we did.
Speak that thing.
I should have kept score.
And I just feel like what she said was right. Come
It's okay.
more prepared and stuff.
Okay.
We want more for your life.
And we do.
And we say this in love.
in love.
Right, because love hopes. So I hope that next time.
Oh, patience. We'll give you time.
Okay. Great job. And how can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on all social media platforms at official Stephanie Alexis.
All righty then.
All right, that was
And then I am going
Oh,
to
and
okay, go ahead.
and you can find me on the Mental Wealth with Steph show on the LV with Val radio station on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And it is live. When I
It is
tell
live.
y'all, it is a great show. I was actually in the restaurant, and it seemed like
I believe you turned my mic
and
off or
I have to
something.
tell people, the waitress and everybody else, to stop talking. I'm just trying to hear your show. It is the bomb. You guys
When
tune
is
in.
it?
It's every
Tuesday at 6 p.m. And it's on the LV with Val radio app.
Okay.
yes,
Got it.
tune in. It is popping.
You can also watch it.
That's how you
Oh
get
yeah,
to it.
you can watch it on YouTube at
Okay.
Mental Wealth with Steph.
Go there you go.
But go to the app.
Go to the app.
No,
It'll
we
take
got
you
you,
right
girl.
there.
Go to the app.
All righty.
My bad.
And then Trae, what was your experience on the
Man, I had a great time. I think it was definitely unfair. If we're gonna
They're
talk
big.
about, if we're gonna be talking about emotions, some people on the opposite side of me got real emotional about the score. But we're not gonna talk about that. We just gonna make sure we stay equity. Equality. You got okay. Wait, hold on. You got hooked on phonics in the car, right? Hooked on phonics.
Okay.
Get me straight.
I love it.
See, I listen.
Yeah,
I
you
listen.
did. You listened very well. You listened
I'm gonna
very-
work with you. We got it.
I
We
love
got it.
Don't
It
talk
takes a
about it.
village.
Tell everybody what happened.
Takes a village.
All right. But no, I had a great time. It's always a joy coming in here. You never know what to expect. And every time I leave, I'm smiling ear to ear, and just an amazing time spending with you all. I just hope I get another invitation to come back.
Always.
Yo,
Our home is your
my
home.
brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got a spot in the chair.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
I'll
And
give a shout out to your wife.
Absolutely. The most beautiful, loving woman of all, Miss Logan Hodge with our son, Q. Was that? But yeah, you can find me. You can find us on TK on Instagram at TKL_media agency. Check us out. Yeah, we got you.
all righty. And AD. He's still scratching his head.
You know, I am just in awe at the level of delusion that's going on.
And you got to keep it short.
I am baffled.
Say that about the level.
Very rarely am I at a loss for words. But after this episode, listen, I'm going straight to my camera. Every one of you in the audience know that we were outnumbered, yet we put up the good fight of it. We ran our race.
We still begging for hope.
Listen,
hope. Keep hope alive.
This was a phenomenal show with a phenomenal group of individuals. The information that was shared, the perspectives that were given were wonderful. There's some things that I can definitely pull from it, and I hope that everyone that joined in the conversation was able to do the same. It's never a battle, because at the end of the day, this is a journey that we were designed to take together. So the differences that we have are the things that make the relationship whole. I'm glad that I don't think like women, because if I did, then I probably would need a woman to move forward. Adam needed Eve, as Stephanie brilliantly put it. Good. Hold on. Wait a minute. So thank you all for not only being open to the topic of discussion, but for having this phenomenal group of individuals here.
How can they find you?
You can find me. See, Trae, Jesus.
It's the spirit. The spirit is resting on you.
It's resting on this side. Jesus.
Confusing.
You all can find me across all social media platforms at AD Speaks.
All righty. And to the best co-host anybody can have, I got Brother Carter.
Man, I don't even know what to say after this. I'm like AD. I'm perplexed at this point at the delusion of these women over here talking about they won something. But you know, when we were children, we spoke as children. We understood as children. But when we became adults, we put that childish foolishness aside. So if they want to feel like they won the battle of the sexes, then we just going to allow them to feel that way, because we are adults on this side of the table. So
Absolutely.
God bless the ladies of this panel. May he fulfill all the joys of your world and give you peace at the end of the day in the midst of all of your confusion.
And I'm reminded of, I'm reminded of the psalmist that say, the psalmist.
We are trying to close this show out.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh God.
I'm reminded of the psalmist that said, this is a man's world.
Oh God.
But it would be nothing.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
That's a good place to.
That's a word.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up with the final words coming from your host.
Oh, I didn't tell them how to find me. You can also.
How can they find you, Brother Carter? Because they can find you these
days. I have a series of Tasteful and Toxic that comes on every Wednesday, 8:00 a.m. So we want you to tune in to that. You can tune in on the Love and Victory app.
LV with the Val app.
LV with that. The same thing. No. I said Love and Victory
app.
All right, there. LV. Yeah, that app. Yeah, y'all know the app. The one you're on right now. Tune in on Wednesday morning at 8:00.
There you go. Yeah. And he's cutting up on that one because that's his show.
Yeah.
All righty then. Tasteful and Toxic.
Tasteful and Toxic.
For me.
And you know it's a mess.
And for me, I want to say to each one of you all, thank you. Thank you. You know, I never know what God is going to do with this show. I have an amazing team that make sure that I have the right people in the room. And then, of course, God sets the stage and then we just go for it. I enjoy each and every one of you. I'm grateful to God. Thank you, co-host, for all that you do. And most of all, to all of our followers and viewers and subscribers that are out there supporting us. I hope that you continue to support, love, and again, until next Saturday, we love you and we're out.
Bye.